morning. This is John and Janice Musselman here with Just Maintenance, and we're happy to be here today with Melanie and Ryan Ostrike. We're here for an investor highlight. We love to do these because John and I have been investing for about 10, 11 years since 2012. And so we love to talk to other investors just to see how they did it and why they're passionate about investing. So we thought, who not better to talk to? How do you protect yourself from making sure that when you're running the numbers, you're running it with true costs in mind?
Yep. I think that's one of the benefits. I've literally used Musselman Home Inspection for every property that we buy. So through that process of buying multiple houses and having the same inspection company doing your inspection, it teaches you also. So you get a great picture of what your house looks like, but also I'm learning in the process. So then I can kind of take that information, and when I'm even going to preview a deal, when I'm going to do my showing on it, I can look and I'm like, okay, well, John always talks about looking here, and this is how you see the serial number on your hot water heater, and that's how you know when it was manufactured, and they last about 10 years. And you know, so like through the times, I have learned and can see issues before even putting in an offer.
That's a big deal. Kind of knowing a little bit, at least you might not have the whole picture, but at least you
Right.
have kind of a good foundation of the major systems that are happening, and that's very, very important. So,
Yeah. So I think that helps me in being able to make smarter choices on which deals to even go for, because I've learned so much through the times.
And so have you done traditionally walk-in talks, or are you doing full home inspections, or maybe both, depending?
I was going to talk about walk-in talks because back in the heyday of the market when houses
Yeah.
weren't staying for very long and you'd get a chance to see it and you'd have to make a quick offer. I know David came and did a walk-in talk for me, and it was really helpful because I'm not the handy one in our
Right.
relationship. So
I couldn't make it to that showing
Yeah,
for whatever reason.
I went, but I really didn't feel comfortable doing it myself. I would rather just be the one that doesn't go and looks at the numbers.
I remember only ever doing full home inspections.
Yeah.
But I know we did use David in the Reading one that I couldn't go to. And there was another one I think we might have done, like an after purchase. Is that still a walk-in talk when it's the after purchase? It's like get to know your home, maybe.
The new home
we do
introduction.
what we
Yeah.
call a new home introduction, which
When
is
you're not doing it as
similar
part
to
of due diligence.
Right.
Yeah.
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 Because we might have had, I don't know if we've had to waive the home inspection, but even if we waive it, we still do it eventually.
Yeah.
yeah.
That one I remember I felt confident because of learning so much that I was like, okay, yeah, I can already know these things, but also I want to know more. So then we do like the after the fact too.
Right. So you're learning enough so that you know going into that agreement of sale.
Yeah.
Okay, this is what they're offering, but I know that I'm going to need a new heater, a new
Right.
roof. Maybe knob and tube wiring is happening, so that you're able to get all those big ticket items in your head. And then, like you said later, yes, we acquired the property, but I still want to know everything.
Right.
I want that thorough report so that I can continually refer back to, prioritize my hit list.
Right.
High, medium, low, like what do I need to go after? Because I think for all of us, we have a number in our mind each year on, well, what do we want to do on repairs and maintenance, right? So there's always going to be those repairs that come up, but we also want to continue to have homes that appreciate and that are staying in good condition so that eventually someday when we sell, we're able to obtain, you know, what we want for that home at
Yeah.
market value or above.
Yeah. I think too, it's just really important to know all of the things about the house. And it's so concise. Like you can literally look at the report, like hot water heater, click, and then it takes you to it. It's like, okay, this is when it was installed and this is where it is.
Yeah.
Sometimes like
Yeah.
there was one we bought during the height of COVID where it's a 5-unit and the one unit specifically said, oh, we have COVID. And I was like, I'm not going in there.
Yeah.
And so we bought the building without even seeing one of the units. And then recently I've been doing a lot of work there. I'm like, wait a minute, there's only 3 hot water heaters down here.
Who's
like,
using what?
Where's the other 2 hot water heaters? Like, hopefully, where's the other 2? I did find them. But yeah, like I couldn't even, I literally have a note on my phone of where everything is located. And like, this is when the heater was installed. And here's the serial number on the hot water heater.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what's interesting? We just had this scenario with one of our tenants who called us one night at like 9:30 at night, and she was panicking, like almost screaming on the phone. They had water just shooting out through the wall of the basement,
Oh no.
and so
I'm like,
you were
calm
trying
down.
to walk her through.
Oh, like,
Where is the water shutoff valve? And that's one of the things, we always tag up in the basement so that it's easy to find. But in a moment of panic, like knowing all of those key functions of the home.
Where they're at.
Yep.
So you can kind of be like, okay, it's front right corner.
Yep.
Yep.
You
Go
know,
down the stairs, turn right. Yeah.
has a yellow handle.
Yep.
You know,
Yep.
those types of things.
And
Really
that's
important.
important.
People are like, they
Right.
get really frantic about it. So.
Right.
Yeah, it's a big asset. I mean, I put together financial plans for people for a living, and it's a holistic snapshot of your financial life on that day. And a home inspection is really like that for your house. It's just a
Agreed.
holistic snapshot of the house on that day.
Yeah.
And then you can kind of measure the progress and see here's where it started, and then you
Here's where we want to
kind of
be.
see where you want to be. It helps for documentation, for cost segregations. You have all the
We've gone
information
back to
you
them for
need,
that
yeah.
for sure.
Well, our newest product, the maintenance review is kind of similar to that, but it's for people who own their homes already.
Yeah.
And now we're going out and kind of creating that we have at the top of the list, kind of your major systems, where they are in their life cycles, and then kind of another review of the house with pictures and stuff. So
Yeah.
it's kind of been a good thing for us with our rental properties as far as kind of getting a pulse on where things are at, because
Yep.
we get complacent with everything. But
Yeah.
it's a nice newer review, and it wasn't until this house here was when it was kind of our aha moment when we had David inspect it before we moved back in.
Oh really? I
And-
didn't know you did that.
Yeah, and it was like he went through everything, and I was like, oh my gosh, like there was things here that that had been here for 40 years, but I just when you live in a space,
Yeah.
even though I
You
live
get,
and
like,
breathe,
blind to it.
exactly.
Well, because when you're
It's like
living,
it's on my
yeah,
list.
yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That too.
But when you live in your space, you're living, right?
Yeah.
You're helping
Oh,
your family, you're cooking, you're relaxing. Like, your goal is not to look around and be like, what's wrong with my house? Like, that's the last thing you
Right.
kind of want to do.
Oh no, I do
right?
that all the time. What are you talking about?
John eats, sleeps, breathes.
I'm like looking
Home
around.
inspections.
No, I love homes, and I
Yeah.
like to understand what happens and why it happens. So
Yeah.
I do. I have a hard time turning it off sometimes, but I don't drive us crazy with it.
Right.
Yeah. Well, there's
Well,
too much
speak for
else going
myself.
on in the house, so there's only so much time you can talk about what's wrong with the house.
Thanks for watching. As always, like and subscribe and turn on notifications to get our latest videos. We're here to help you understand your homes, how to maintain them, and how to protect them. Have a great day, everyone.